I'm Linux. There are an estimated 30 million Linux users out there.
How long have you been standing there?
Long time.
And it's not even just limited to computers. Your electronic vacuum is definitely Linux. Your camera is definitely Linux. Most TVs, most electronics are Linux.
Linux even runs some of the most sensitive machines on the planet.
You can assume that Linux is pretty much used in anything of high security need, not necessarily because Microsoft, for instance, couldn't build something equally secure, but because usually there's secrecy involved in building, let's say, a new weapon system, and you don't necessarily want to have to work with some tech company. You don't want to involve more people than absolutely necessary.
Of the top 500 supercomputers in the world, every single one runs Linux. It's used in the Pentagon and on US nuclear submarines.
Every bank you can think of, really, manufacturers, hospitals, governments, defense organizations and things like that, they're all running Linux servers.
Today, Linux is everywhere. Most people are familiar with Windows and Mac OS, but they are not the most popular operating systems in the world. No, they are dwarfed by systems running a Linux kernel. Android, with over 3 billion devices, dwarfed by systems running a Linux kernel. Android, with over 3 billion devices, is built on Linux. And it also powers the majority of internet servers in the world.
There's no one company that could have imagined
Powers the majority of internet servers in the world.
There's no one company that could have imagined all the different cases where computers are used these days. And Linux, thanks to its adaptability, where everyone can just tweak it in little ways to make it fit their use case, now covers all the use cases.
But all of this, it all relies on one key assumption, that the code is secure. Now, there's a good reason to feel this way. Because there are so many people looking at the code, there's this idea that bugs, either intentional or unintentional, won't be too deep to catch. It's known simply as Linus's law, that with enough eyeballs, all bugs are shallow. But there's a big problem with this assumption. The open source movement isn't one big project. It's an ecosystem. You need thousands of small tools and libraries, each doing a different job, like networking, security, or compression. Now, a lot of these projects start because one person wants to fix a specific problem. So they build it themselves. They're often unpaid, coding on nights and weekends just to make the tool work. If it's useful, one open source project adopts it, then another. And suddenly you have millions of machines all relying on one person's passion project. That's how the entire ecosystem can end up quietly resting on a project maintained by a single volunteer. There's a famous XKCD comic that captures this idea perfectly. But what happens when that block is compromised? In our story, our person isn't from Nebraska. No, Lasse Collin is from Finland, and he's been working on a small data compression tool called XZ since 2005. XZ is so good at compression that it's now used in almost every major Linux distribution. For the past 20 years, almost all of the work of keeping the tool compatible with ever-evolving hardware, it's all fallen on Lasse. He's never been paid for it, but up till now, he's been okay with that. Recently, though, he's been under more and more pressure. Over 1 month and no closer to being merged, not a surprise. Progress will not happen until there is a new maintainer. Submitting patches here has no purpose these days. The current maintainer lost interest or doesn't care to maintain anymore. Lasse responds, "I haven't lost interest, but my ability to care has been fairly limited, mostly due to long-term mental health issues, but also due to some other things. It's also good to keep in mind that this is an unpaid hobby project, but it's not enough. I'm sorry about your mental health issues, but it's important to be aware of your own limits. The community desires more. You ignore the many patches been rotting away on this mailing list. Right now, you choke your repo." Lasse is burning out, but just when he thinks he can't handle it anymore, nice job to both of you for getting this feature as far as it is already. Just trying to do my part as a helper elf. Signed, Gia Tan. For months, Gia has been taking some of the load off Lasse. He's been incredibly helpful. Now he offers to step up and take over as maintainer of the project. To Lasse, it sounds almost too good to be true. As I've hinted in earlier emails, Gia Tan may have a bigger role in the project in the future. Finally, Lhasa can step back and breathe after 20 years of hard work. But Gia is not who he appears to be. And he's identified Lhasa Cullen's XZ project as a weak link in the Linux ecosystem, one that could give him access to almost every computer on the internet. Today, we take secure remote logins for granted. I mean, they've worked reliably for over 30 years. But it all started in 1995 at the Helsinki University of Technology, when a hacker captured thousands of usernames and passwords sent over the campus network in a sniffing attack. In hindsight, the problem's obvious. These login requests were being sent totally in plain text, so anyone who intercepted the data could just read it. When Tatu Alonen, a computer researcher at the university, learned of the attack, he made it his mission to ensure that it would never happen again.
Password sniffing was perhaps the most serious security issue on the internet back then.
To do this, his solution needed to ensure two things. First, machines had to establish a secure connection. If both computers could agree on a shared secret code that they would use to scramble their data, then even if they were overheard, anyone without that secret code would just get gibberish.
A journey without end. Your place is here. The road is endless. All paths find serenity. Flame lights the way.
Fast blood.
Harmony must be earned. On and on again. Fear not the forest. Balance in all things. All action. Shade in searing heat. What dangers lie here? The way is clear. It must be done. Walk a warrior's way. Only you and I. No path but through. I am under attack. The road is endless. Balance in all things. Flame lights the way. Walk a warrior's way. Fear not the forest. Have learned well. Destiny awaits us all.
Dire structures are
The
fortified.
stalwart flame flickers. leads the way. Balance in all things. All action is reaction. The way is clear. Fear not the
Your middle tower is under attack.
fire shall teach you.
The enemy's top tower is falling.
Hurry to the fray. Harmony must be earned.
Your middle tower is under attack.
All paths find serenity.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
The road is endless. On and on
Your
again.
middle tower is under attack.
It must be done. What dangers lie here beneath the flame? Be wary. Be cautious.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Within nothing. The stalwart flame flickers. must be discovered. The road is endless. It must be done. Fear not the forest. A journey without end. Bring forth thy friend. All paths find serenity.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. Who's that sporting fellow? The way is clear. Destiny awaits us all. The way is clear. Ignite the flame god. All action. Inflict that threat. In small measures. No path. Dire's structures are fortified.
What must be discovered?
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Harmony must be earned. Destiny awaits us all. It must be done. Not ready.
Now, you could agree on that shared secret ahead of time in person, but on the internet, that's rarely practical. No, you have to agree on that shared secret ahead of time without ever having met, and also with someone listening in the entire time. It sounds really tricky, but there is a way to do it, and I can show you how using this jar of paint. Say I'm trying to send a message to Gregor over there. First step is we agree on a shared public color. Let's pick this red. This is no secret, anyone can see this. Now, we each pick our own private color. I'm gonna pick yellow, and he can pick whatever he wants. So we take our private color, and then I'm gonna mix that with the public color. It's worth saying now that these mixtures are assumed to be impossible to unmix. So even if you know this orange and you know this red, you can't exactly deduce the exact shade of yellow we used to create it. And this is important for the actual computer example later. Okay, so I'm gonna send this over to Greg.
Balance in all things.
Gregor.
So I mixed in my secret color with the public, and I'm gonna pass this to Henry.
So Gregor sent me this, which looks like a sort of dark green sort of color. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna mix it with my original private color.
Okay, now that I have Henry's secret color mixed in with the public, I'm gonna add some of my own.
My image steps forward.
Listen with knowledge. The stalwart flame flickers.
So we end up with this sort of distinct olive color. There's my yellow in there, I can see whatever Gregor had in his side. The thing is, because each set of paints went through the same process, they both end up with this same olive green, even though we never shared our secret colors. So we end up with this shared secret color at the end that no one else can get. And that means that we can use it as our secret code when sending information. Now, in the real exchange, we use big public numbers instead of colors, but the idea is the exact same. Each side mixes in their own.
Be wary. Be cautious. Many fought the flames, did you and I. On and on again. All paths find serenity. Flames knowledge. Walk a warrior's way. A journey without end. Fear not the forest. All action is reaction. On and on again.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
The road is endless. Destiny awaits us all. Walk a warrior's way. Fate has been kindled. The flame protects me. Hurry to the flame.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant.
A journey without It must be done.
The enemy's bottom gate has fallen. The enemy's bottom gate has fallen.
Serenity. You face the flame.
Dire structures are fortified.
Harmony
The
must
enemy's
be
middle
earned.
tower has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Balance
The enemy's
in
middle
all
barracks
things.
has fallen. The enemy's top tower has fallen. The enemy's top barracks has fallen. The enemy's top barracks has fallen. You now have mega creeps.
The way is clear.
private number using some math that, when you try to reverse it, leads to a discrete log problem, which makes it practically impossible to unmix them. That way, we solve the first problem.
Grab your crew
We are your friends.
and race to the cinema
Time is running out. Drive now.
before it's packed.
There's always room.
But there is another threat that's unaccounted for. Say a hacker, like Casper here, tries to sit in between us. Now, we can create a legitimate connection, so we end up with a shared secret code. And Casper can do the exact same thing with Gregor. Now, whenever I send a message, he can relay that to Gregor, he can change and modify it and send his response back, and to each of us, the connection looks legitimate. But Casper's sitting between us the whole time. He's a man in the middle. So I need a way of authenticating that Gregor is really who he says he is. Now, we could do this again by agreeing on a password ahead of time in person, but we need a practical way to do it over the internet. This was the second problem that Tatu had to solve. To make that happen, Gregor can take two really big prime numbers, which he keeps secret. He then multiplies them together to get an even bigger number, which he then makes public. Now, when I want to send Gregor a message, I just take that big public number, and I scramble it in a way that only Gregor, who knows the two prime factors that make up that big public number, can successfully unscramble. For anyone else, getting those two prime factors is practically impossible. So as long as I know that that big public number actually belongs to Gregor, I know that anything encrypted to that key can only be read by him. This is called RSA encryption, and it means that if I know the certificate is valid, then I accept the connection. And by authenticating Gregor, it foils our man in the middle, Casper Devious. There. Tatu Ulonen combined these two steps, securing the channel and authenticating the user, into a protocol for remote logins between machines. It gave you the same simple text shell people were used to, a plain terminal where you type commands, but now the connection was encrypted. He called it Secure Shell, or SSH, and it was immediately useful. Many Linux machines don't even have keyboards or monitors, especially not servers, so you want to be able to log in and control them remotely. So SSH was soon adopted on almost every machine that ran Linux. And as Linux spread, so too did SSH. Today, when you control a machine remotely, there's a good chance you're using SSH.
SSH is literally the maintenance backbone of the entire internet.
And the most widely used open source SSH implementation is called OpenSSH. And because it's so popular, it's heavily protected.
I mean, OpenSSH is probably one of the most closely examined projects out there because it's just so vitally important to the security of servers everywhere. Having a way to bypass the authentication in Secure Shell is like having the master key to the hotel. It lets you into every room.
This is why Jiatan wants a way into OpenSSH, but trying to hack it directly would be almost impossible. Lucky for Gia, the open source model doesn't just mean that operating systems are stitched together from many programs, but that each of those programs is itself stitched together from other programs. Those are called dependencies.
OpenSSH is one of the most scrutinized software packages, but that doesn't extend to all of its dependencies.
Gia believes that if he can compromise a dependency of OpenSSH, he can sneak an exploit into the main project. And it just so happens that he can sneak an exploit into the main project. Compromise a dependency of
Its dependencies.
Gia believes that if he can compromise a dependency of OpenSSH, he can sneak an exploit into the main project. And it just so happens that Lasse Collins' compression tool XZ is linked through a chain of these dependencies. Now, Lasse's original goal with XZ was to find a better way to compress data on Linux. That data could be anything: code, an image, text. But what was important to Lasse was that once you compressed and decompressed it, it had to come back exactly the same. The method had to be lossless. Let me give you an example. We're gonna take the lyrics to Rick Astley's hit, Never Gonna Give You Up. We're gonna try to compress it. Now, say we take this and we represent it as a stream of characters, and each one gets a fixed width 8-bit code. Now, that works, but it's inefficient. If we go through this stream and just count up how often each symbol appears, you'll notice there's a pattern. Some appear more frequently, like N with 430 uses, and some barely at all, like J with one use. To save space, why don't we give the ones that appear more frequently shorter codes? And the rarer ones, well, they can afford to be long. But how do we do that? So let's start by counting up how often each symbol appears, and sorting that from most frequent to least frequent. We take the two least frequent symbols and join them together into a pair. We then treat that pair as a new combined symbol, whose frequency is the sum of the two it represents. We can then reinsert that back into the list. Then we do it again. We take the two least frequent items, combine them, and then reinsert them back into the list. And we do that over and over again until we get this massive structure called a Huffman tree. Now, to get our codes, we just walk the tree. A step right is a 1, a step left is a 0. So, for example, to get R, we just go right, left, left, right. So the code is 1001. So what you'll notice is the more commonly occurring symbols naturally appear at the top of the tree, so they get shorter codes, while the ones that appear less frequently are at the bottom of the tree. The system works well, but it also has a weakness. In our Never Gonna Give You Up example, it always encodes N.
Mengalahkan diri sendiri bukan perkara main-main.
EVER space. It doesn't realize that this whole chunk repeats. So what if instead of looking at symbols, we looked at those chunks? Now, they don't have to be words, they can be parts of words or even longer, they just have to be patterns that repeat. So let's scan through the text, but keep a rolling dictionary of what we've just seen. Then as we move forward, we can check whether the next chunk has already appeared. And if it has, we don't need to write that chunk again. We just write a code with two numbers, how far back to look and how many characters to copy. Now, when we decompress, we can just read along, and whenever we hit one of these codes, we jump back, copy the matching chunk, and paste it into place. Two scientists, Lempel and Ziv, published this algorithm in 1977, so it became known as LZ77. But some of these symbols and pointers show up more often than others. They actually have their own frequencies. So we can feed that whole stream into another Huffman tree to get a second layer of compression. And in our demo, it actually gets the file down 85% smaller than the original. This might look new, but you've almost certainly used it yourself. It's called deflate, but it's better known for the files it creates, .zip. If you ever clicked close on this before, you've definitely used it. But Huffman only uses the overall frequency of a chunk repeating. Real data isn't just random chunks. In our example, after never gonna, you might get give you up, let you down, or run around and desert you. You might get make you cry, you might get say goodbye, or tell a lie and hurt you. Each one has its own probability, and you can represent these probabilities with a mathematical tool called a Markov chain. The algorithm can then encode the stream of data so that the more probable next chunks cost few bits, and the less probable ones cost more. If you combine that with a much bigger search window, so it can point much further back in memory, then you get the Lempel-Ziv Markov chain algorithm, or LZMA. LZMA was developed by Igor Pavlov around 1998, and it often beats much more familiar methods. In many cases, it can shrink files to about 70% of the size of a typical .zip. Lhasa took this elegant compression algorithm and made it work on
Right through here.
30 seconds to battle.
on Linux. And he called it XZ not because it stood for anything, but just because it sounded cool.
I'm using XZ quite a lot. I think XZ is a wonderful project. There are lots of different ways of compressing data. Some of them are fast, but they don't.
Right. Stay out of my way and maybe you won't get hurt. But I doubt it.
Wait.
Don't get caught.
Goodness.
Wait. It's Slark's got his eye on you. You're mine now. Right. Hey, sport. I like it. Yeah. I'm under attack. Yeah. Careful. Right. I got this one. All of the fun. Don't get caught. I'll be out of this mess in no time. Nice.
Without a doubt.
Right through here.
Aye.
That's right.
Goodness.
More like it. Right. I see. On your belly and clog it. Don't get caught.
I feed you to my fiends.
I'll take this one. I'm under attack. Yeah. Now your turn.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. This way. Right through here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I won't hurt you. Lend me a finger.
The enemy's top tower is fallen.
was unreal.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
You sure?
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Wiggle, wiggle, little fish. Apple. I'll take that. Okay.
Wait.
I see. This way. I'll take that.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Right through here.
Your middle tower has fallen.
I got this one. Oh, this is going swimming. Right. On your belly and crawl. Yeah. More like it.
Your top tower is under attack.
I'm under attack. You sure? Nice one. Yeah.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
That was unreal.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. is under attack. Your bottom tower 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 is under attack.
Wait.
Your bottom tower is falling. Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your bottom barracks has fallen. Your bottom barracks has fallen.
Don't get caught. Over here.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
My ship is nice and sharp.
Your middle tower is under attack.
This is a good opportunity to learn. I'll take that.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Let me out of here. I'm under attack.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
That was unreal.
Your top tower is being denied.
Right. I'll take this one. Yeah. Nice one. Don't get caught.
Your
was unreal.
Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks has fallen. Your middle barracks are under attack.
That was unreal.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
This way. Yeah, all right. Careful.
Wait.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Your tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your ancient is under attack. Your top barracks are under attack. Your top barracks has fallen. Your top barracks has fallen. Your ancient is under attack. Radiant victory.
Don't compress very well, and some of them are slow, but they get extremely good compression.
But across Linux, projects are constantly shipping the same files and updates to millions of machines.
Aqua, dingin alaminya, admin Ramadan.
Kadang ingin pulang ke rumah tanpa harus mikirin masalah. Nikmatnya coklatos, nyamankan pikiranku. Dengan coklat Italianya yang berlimpah, nikmat.
So XZ is perfect. You compress something once, then you get a smaller file to download forever. Lhasa released XZ in 2009, and over the next decade and a half, it went from a niche tool to the common choice whenever a project needed effective lossless compression. So XZ quietly spread everywhere, eventually becoming a dependency of OpenSSH.
So it was some point in about February 2024, and Jiatan, he emails me. He's got all of these new features in the new version of XC.
He wins Rich over almost immediately.
So I get to talk to hundreds of contributors all the time, and I do get a feel for them. I feel, are they good coders, which is what I really care about? Are they conscientious people? Are they helpful? Do they respond to bug reports quickly? And in all of the dimensions, Jiatan would be a very good contributor because he's obviously a good coder. He's very responsive. He's very keen. And I love all that.
All indications are that Gia is a great contributor, and this puts Rich at ease, so he lets his guard down. And that's often where the problems start on the internet. You can't keep your guard up forever. But lucky for us, with today's sponsor NordVPN, you don't have to. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro blocks dangerous websites before they load. It stops malicious downloads, and it strips out trackers and intrusive ads automatically. And it works even when you're not connected to the VPN. so a lot of these attacks never get the chance to start in the first place. I use NordVPN whenever I'm traveling or working on public Wi-Fi because it means that I don't have to think about who's running the network. It's just one click, and it's so fast that I often forget that it's on. Not just that, if there's a show that's no longer available in my region, quite hack the content. Apparently, you can even use own code. It's a no-brainer. So again, that's Nord. Thanks so much, Nord, and let's get back to Gia and the prize he's got his eyes on.
At this point, we were preparing RHEL 10.
See, Red Hat ships two major flavors of Linux: Fedora, which is free and publicly available, and Red Hat Enterprise Linux, or RHEL, which is available through a paid subscription. This one has to be stable and secure because it's widely used on the most important machines, like in governments and hospitals. Gia wants his code in RHEL, but RHEL only has a new major release about once every 3 years.
So there's definitely a deadline. That deadline was around sort of March, April in 2024.
Gia has to act fast. He wants complete control of any compromised machine. And to pull it off, he has 3 steps in his plan. Step 1, the Trojan horse. The code for XZ lives on a website called GitHub, which tracks all edits to XZ's code using a tool called Git, which was also developed by Linus Torvalds. So Gia starts by making small changes. He changes the primary contact for bug reports to his own email. He tweaks small tools that will help him later. But he can't sneak in the payload this way. I mean, it'd be too obvious. So he needs a way to sneak it in without it ever appearing as normal source code on GitHub.
So when you're writing compression software, it's very often the case that your software is full of these binary blobs, as we call them, so just lumps of binary, which are used to test the compression or the decompression is still working.
Nobody reads these test blobs. They're included without ever appearing in the human-readable source code. They're assumed to be garbage data. But for Gia, this is the perfect place to hide his payload, inside something that at first glance looks harmless. But in reality, it's a Trojan horse. But with the Trojan horse inside of XZ, it's still just a lump of data in a binary blob. He has to unpack it. So in the code that builds the project, he slips in a small, easy-to-miss change. It hides among all the automatically generated code and quietly unpacks his payload, inserting it into the XZ library. But now that it's inside of XZ, it still has to pick the right time to act. On to step 2, Goldilocks. Gia's end goal is to compromise a very specific part of the SSH connection process, the RSA authentication step. He realizes that if he can slip a small malicious component in there, let's call it the payload, then every time SSH checks for a key, his code will run first. It will quietly look for a special master key that only he knows, and if it sees that key, it'll let him straight in. If it doesn't, it'll call the real code and no one's the wiser. So he will have his backdoor entrance to open SSH. But he can't just go in and rewrite RSA decrypt, the function that verifies the client's identity during the login. It's not that easy. See, when you build an application, you could take all the code you need from different libraries and bundle it into your application. But there's a big drawback to this approach. If 10 different applications on a system all bundle the same library, you end up with 10 separate copies on your machine. So it's redundant. That's why modern systems mostly use shared libraries. When an application starts, the linker fills in a table of addresses. These addresses point to the functions and variables it needs from the libraries it links to. That table is called the Global Offset Table, or GOT. Now when it wants to use something from a shared library, it just checks the GOT and jumps to the right spot in memory. RSA decrypt doesn't belong to OpenSSH at all. It comes from a shared crypto library. So to hijack authentication, Gia can overwrite the GOT entry that tells SSH where it is. And to do that, he can use a little-known tool called an ifunc resolver.
The ifunc is used where, let's say you want to optimize your code to run on Intel's hardware and AMD hardware. Now, you could write the software just for Intel, and it would run very fast on Intel, and it probably would run very badly on AMD hardware.
Instead, you keep multiple versions of the same function, and the ifunc resolver picks the right one for the hardware you're on. At first glance, that sounds like a way for Gia to trick the system into thinking it's running hardware that needs its own compromised version of RSA decrypt. But there is a catch. A library can only define ifunc resolvers for its own functions. Since RSA Decrypt doesn't belong to XZ, it can't use an iFunk resolver to override it. But iFunk can still help it.
So it will, very, very early on in the running of the program, it will do this sort of determination of what hardware is available. And crucially, it does let you run your own code in the library very early on.
Now, at this early stage, from within an iFunk resolver, Gia could try to directly rewrite the GOT entry for RSA Decrypt. But at this point, the system is still filling in the GOT, so even if Gia changes the RSA Decrypt slot, the loader will come along later and write the real address back in, wiping out his change. And there's a limit on the other side as well. To make this sort of hijacking harder, once every entry is filled on the GOT, the system marks the table read-only. That means that if Gia waits too long, the RSA Decrypt entry is frozen. So he has to slip it in at a very precise moment, after the RSA Decrypt entry is filled in legitimately, but before the table gets marked read-only. And that tiny window is the Goldilocks zone. And to hit it, he's going to need another tool. So linking shared libraries in the GOT often leads to bugs. So Linux has a special debugging feature that tracks what the system is doing. It lets you run code whenever the linker writes a symbol's address into the GOT. It's called a dynamic audit hook, and normally you'd use it to profile performance. But crucially for Gia, there are no real guardrails. The hook can run any code he wants. And this is where iFunk finally pays off. Gia uses an iFunk resolver to set the audit hook early. Then, when the linker writes in the real RSA Decrypt address, the hook fires and swaps in his payload. Right in the middle of the Goldilocks zone. There is one final complication though. Audit hooks are normally configured by the system, not by libraries like XZ. So when Gia is first looking for the audit hook variable that he's supposed to rewrite, it's actually hidden from him. So he first has to find it. Within the iFunk, he scans a small region of binary code, hunting for signs of the hook. But it's just raw bytes, so he writes a tiny decoder to turn them back into instructions that he can read. Now Gia can find where the hook lives in memory and finally plant his code. Then when RSA Decrypt gets called legitimately, it triggers the payload and he's in. But now that he's in, what does he do? And how does he get out of there cleanly? Step 3, the cat burglar. With Gia's exploit in place, SSH isn't just checking for a legitimate login anymore. It's also listening for a hidden master key. And Gia's careful. He doesn't want anyone else stumbling onto the back door, so that master key isn't just a simple password. It's actually a mini cryptographic exchange of its own. First, the backdoor code checks for a shared secret, then second, it authenticates the user. And only if both checks pass does the payload run. In effect, it's like the backdoor is running a miniature version of the encryption from SSH inside of SSH. But in SSH, it uses that encryption to keep the attackers out. In this case, the backdoor is using that encryption to make sure that it's only the attackers that can get in. But he's still careful. One of the main ways defenders catch intrusions is through SSH logging. So to cover his tracks, he wipes evidence the backdoor ever fired. And this is on top of the numerous safety checks he's inserted throughout the process to make sure the system supports the backdoor and doesn't crash and draw attention. And this is the genius of Gia's trap. It's cautious and meticulous, designed to slip through only where it will run invisibly. With all 3 of these steps complete, he can finally control the machine undetected. All he needs to do now is get his updated XZ implemented in the next release. But just as Gia is completing his backdoor, an open source developer requests to remove the dependency that links XZ to OpenSSH. This would spell disaster for Gia Tan. He becomes frantic, pushing harder and harder to get his compromised XZ into major Linux releases. He gets it into an early experimental build of Debian. He files a request to have it added to Ubuntu. He's trying to land the backdoor everywhere he can before anyone realizes what's going on. And it's then that Rich gets his first message from Gia. Over the next few weeks, he gets more and more insistent, urging Rich to add the updated XZ into the next release of Fedora.
I'm always very keen to talk to keen upstream contributors who are really excited about new things in their software, who are really willing to help us get stuff into Fedora. So, that's great. Love it. That's kind of makes my day. It's my happy place.
Eventually, Gia gets what he wants. Rich adds the updated XZ to a pre-release version of Fedora. Gia has succeeded. Except there's a bug. In low-level code like the backdoor, things you normally take for granted, like memory management, are not done automatically. If a function grabs a bit of memory, it also has to give that memory back when it's done. And if it doesn't, then every time the function runs, it grabs more and more memory and then never releases it. Over time, the program just keeps growing. That's called a memory leak. And to catch problems like this, developers use a tool called Valgrind. It runs the program more slowly, but watches every memory operation for anything suspicious. Valgrind is raising hell on Gia's code.
We put XZ, this version 5.6.0, into Fedora 40. We get a bug report initially.
And the backdoor in XZ specifically is generating invalid writes errors. Well, the logic was written by hand, bypassing the compiler's safety checks, and so they accidentally wrote outside the memory stack. Now, lucky for Gia, all this isn't immediately obvious. Rich still hasn't noticed what's happening.
New software has bugs, right? It's the state of nature of software. Software is absolutely full of bugs all the time.
Now, the real problem is inside the malicious code in the test file. But Gia can't just go and fix that. That would completely expose the backdoor. So he invents a cover story. He claims that the random data he used to generate the original test files, well, it's not reproducible, so he's replacing it. And in this updated code, he fixes the memory error.
It's a very convincing and plausible explanation for why this test blob has to be updated. But of course, it's not the real reason.
All right, so now the real fix is in. But if the bug just magically went away, it would look a bit suspicious. So he has to find a way to cover it up.
So what he then does is he changes the ifunc code in a way where he adds like a whole bunch of comments and changes to the code around it. That doesn't actually change the code, but is plausible enough to look like he's changing how the ifunc works to fix the Valgrind bug.
It does. Listening to it, I'm like, I know that this is the evil hacker Giatan, but I'm like, ooh, that's clever. You know?
Yeah, I mean, look, the guy is obviously not an idiot, right? But none of this is suspicious. This is what we expect from compression software. And as a packager, it's not really my job to fix every bug in upstream software. As soon as it gets to a certain level of difficulty, my thought here is, well, Giatan has actually been writing this software, right? So he's got it all in his head. He knows how it works. It's easier for me to just give him the problem. And I send the bug over to him, and like a day later, he sends the fix. From my point of view, it's problem solved. It works. System works, right? I made the right call. I don't see, at that point, knowing what I know then, I don't see that there's any problem.
So we downloaded Giatan.
He sends the fix back. From my point of view, it's problem solved. It worked. System worked, right? I made the right call. I don't see, at that point, knowing what I know then, I don't see that there's any problem.
So we downloaded Giatan's version of XZ, which was available on Fedora publicly. But we made a slight modification. Instead of using Gia's secret code, we're using our own. And that means that we can take advantage of Gia's backdoor. In this case, we're targeting the Veritasium.com website. And once we get control of it, I got a little trick in store for Derek. Now, to make sure I don't mess with any real traffic too bad and lose my job, we actually cloned the Veritasium website and put it on a very similar URL. But it will work the same. Of course, Derek doesn't know that I've covered my bases.
Oh no. Man, when you guys do these things, I start to get more and more scared now. I want it to work for the video, but I also don't want it to work because I don't want to screw stuff up. So,
yep. It's the risk you take, I guess, letting us run rampant.
It is a concern.
I'm gonna execute a script here, which is gonna opening up a port on the Veritasium server. And then on this side, I'm gonna execute a little script.
Uh-oh. Veritasium. Who is this goof? On the main photo, you spent time getting all suited up there.
Of course.
Looking sharp, sir.
Thank you.
Videos Derek would never approve of. Uh-oh.
The concept was, over the years that we've worked together, you've said no to a bunch of my ideas. And I figure now with control of the website, it's about time the world saw it.
Surviving 7 days living underwater. How do saturation divers live at minus 1,000 feet? I mean, you wouldn't be outside, right? So I don't know why you need goggles there and like a respirator, but you're not underwater.
Why it's almost impossible to shoot 4,000 meters. It's a sniper video. Yeah. The CIA lied, exposing how the CIA lied about torture. I feel like that still goes into a tough territory for us. How xenon gas replaced oxygen. I attempted to climb Mount Everest on xenon gas. That sounds like a terrible idea. This is what this whole video was about. This whole video is just about trying to get me to greenlight your projects. You know, if people like these video ideas, they can feel free to let us know in the comments. We can actually make them. The top uploaded comment one, I will greenlight happily.
Let's go.
Is this live to the public right now?
It is live. Yeah, it's live on the server, yeah.
If anyone's on the website right now, that would be very strange for them. Look, I'm not pleased. I would like you to change it back. It doesn't seem like this should be possible on a Linux server. So the big question is, how did you do it?
The address is the server. The seed is our code to get in. And then the command is what we're doing to essentially open up, in this case, NC, which is like opening up a port on the machine that we can then access from this second terminal. Then what we're doing is, on this side, we're running a script that's connecting to that port that's just been opened up, copying our files, and then by the end, we're gonna have root access on the server. That means that it thinks that we own the thing.
That's so crazy. This is a very scary hack. I do not like.
Another thing is that this is a very obvious way of demonstrating this attack. Like, I've changed everything on the website. You immediately know that I've gone in and hacked the server. If we were doing this for real, we would do it a lot sneakier.
I mean, as you say, right, the thing to do would not be to totally rework someone's website so everyone notices, but to change it subtly so nobody notices, so you can skim data or, yeah, like get credit card details or take payments to a different location and stuff like that.
So you can copy anything you want, you can change anything you want, you can delete anything you want. So if there's any interesting documents or crypto tokens, any files you're interested in, those are yours now. If there is secret communications going across these, and let's keep in mind all of our communication networks are also built around Linux, those communication streams are yours now. If you wanted to encrypt something and ask for ransom, that's possible now.
The possibilities really are endless. After 2.5 years of hard work, slowly infiltrating the XZ project and weaving in this ingenious backdoor, G has done it. He now has free reign on any machine that installs the new Fedora pre-release. And he also gets the same access on Debian testing and Ubuntu's pre-release environments. And with RHEL 10 coming up, his code could infect some of the most important computers in the world. Now he should be able to relax, wait for the release, and he's got his backdoor key. But just when he thinks everything's going right. Andres Freund is a German programmer. He's not a security researcher, he's not a hacker. Andres Freund is a German programmer. He's not a security researcher, he's not a hacker. He's just an employee at Microsoft, working on an open source project called Postgres. One day in March 2024, he tries out the unstable release of Debian to make sure that Postgres will run smoothly. But while checking the server connection times, he notices something odd. A slowdown. It's not much, in the worst case it's only half a second, but it's enough to make Andre suspicious. We tested the connection times ourselves on our own version of the XZ hack, and we found the exact same thing. Consistent slowdowns of about 400 to 500 milliseconds. Andres had already seen the problems with XZ and Valgrind weeks earlier. And this only makes him more suspicious, so he digs in deeper. He looks at recent additions to OpenSSH and traces the delay back to an update in XZ. He sees the binary test files, but notices that they were never used in a test. It's even stranger. Andres tries to get back to work, but he can't stop thinking about it.
I remember sitting in a bunch of meetings and like not really being able to concentrate because it feels like, I need to continue looking into this.
Eventually, Andre sees it. This isn't some bug. This is a backdoor. And this backdoor is meticulous. It hunts through memory to find the audit hook. It implements a decoder to read those raw bytes, and then it wraps everything in custom encryption and safety checks so that it only triggers on the right kind of connection. I mean, it even garbles its own strings so that it won't be detected. It's incredibly cautious. But all of that takes time. And in the end, that's what grabs Andres' attention.
If they had done less obfuscation, I probably would not have noticed that anything was wrong.
Now, XZ...
Had done less obfuscation, I probably would not have noticed that anything was wrong.
Now, XZ's security contact is Jia Tan, so Andres can't exactly report it through the usual channels. Instead, he emails the Debian security team directly and posts a detailed report to a public security mailing list. Then, all hell breaks loose.
I'm called up on, I think it was a Friday evening, in fact I'm sure it was a Friday evening, to join a internal Red Hat meeting. And it's immediately obvious that this is not a normal meeting because like our head of security is there. It's explained to me that it's been found by somebody in the community that XZ has a backdoor, and immediately I'm like, WTF, how did this happen?
To cover their bases, Red Hat quickly rolls Fedora back and tells all their users to revert. And the whole open source community starts digging into the project to understand what went wrong. One thing is clear though, Andres is a hero.
Now, the fact that this was discovered in a different test at all, that was lucky. But then what are the chances that someone who isn't looking for a security bug spends days investigating this? So big kudos to the researcher, and yeah, saved us all from possibly a doomsday on the internet.
I think that Andreas did a brilliant job because he did what I should have done actually, which is I should have looked at the bug when I saw it, and I should have gone there, like a crazy hound sort of sniffing around trying to find out what's going on.
Andres even gets a shout out from the CEO of Microsoft. But when the story breaks, the mainstream response is surprisingly muted.
Actually, I'm still surprised now that the mainstream news outlets haven't really covered this very much. I can tell you how many systems would have been compromised, which would have been millions.
Anything from spying to ransom to just taking down entire countries, you could have done it with this backdoor.
I guess the big question is, who is Jia Tan?
That's the question, isn't it? Okay, so my feeling is that Jia Tan, the person that I talked to, I believe is one person. But I also believe that behind him must be a group of people. And they worked for quite a while. I mean, they were at this for perhaps 2.5 years that we know about.
If you look back at the accounts pressuring Lhasa, they share some similarities. They use free email addresses, and they have almost no footprint outside of the XE threads. These were very likely sock puppet accounts, identities manufactured to apply pressure as part of a multi-stage social engineering campaign.
Now, who spends $1 million and takes 2.5 years to attempt to break into every hotel room on the internet with the master key? I think it's not a criminal organization, because I don't think a criminal organization would have that patience to spend that time without any real return. So I think it has to be a nation state actor here.
A lot of the aliases, like Jia Tan, they sound like Asian names, and the published changes are all timestamped in UTC+8, Beijing time. So the signs point to China. And that's why it's probably not China. I mean, why would they make it that obvious? Every other part of the operation has been so meticulous, so cautious. And they also worked on Chinese New Year, but not on Christmas. And over the years, there were 9 changes that fall outside of the Beijing time, into UTC+2, which is a time zone that includes Israel and parts of Western Russia. That's why some experts have speculated that this could be the work of APT-29, a Russian state-backed hacker group also known as Cozy Bear.
But again, do we know? No, of course we don't know who it is, and we likely will never know. Jia Tan himself just disappeared as soon as this exploit became publicly known, and never heard from again.
In a sense, it doesn't matter whether this was Russian or Chinese or Iranian. We need to protect from these types of backdoors no matter where they're coming from.
I see this as like, the canary in the coal mine of what's going to be happening as attackers get more sophisticated, they make fewer mistakes, the gloves are off in a way. I don't think that the Linux community is fully, is fully ready for this yet.
In the aftermath of XZ, the open source community pored over countless small, similar projects, looking for similar campaigns, but they found almost nothing.
I'm worried that we didn't find other backdoors. The incentives are just too clear. There are state-sponsored parts of either governments, militaries, or even private contractors working for states that are all preparing for the next cyber escalation, some kind of a war, some kind of a geopolitical conflict. And where are all of those backdoors? There's just too many people incentivized to put backdoors for the few backdoors that we're actually discovering.
Now, some experts have argued this reveals a fundamental flaw in the open source model, but not everyone agrees.
Closed source software would be no better here. In fact, who's to say that there aren't already state spies working as paid software engineers at some of the larger companies, putting in exactly backdoors like this? But then there would be no community member running free testing and detecting this by chance. This backdoor, if anything, underlines the ethos of open source.
I mean, just think of what it took to get this done in public. There was a multiple-year social engineering campaign. There were all these layers of misdirection, and then there was code that was designed to withstand constant scrutiny. Compare that now with a closed source hack. Sometimes all it takes to get a backdoor installed there is a court order. Or you have a public company that can just brush a breach under the rug. I actually used to work as an open source researcher myself at the Japanese telecom giant NTT. And my perspective is that it's only because this is an open source project that it's been picked apart, analyzed, and turned into a conversation about security at all. One that focuses on the fundamental vulnerability. It's not the code, it's the people. Now the system has not supported them enough.
I feel for Lasse that he's given this beautiful gift to the whole world. And, what has humanity done back to him, right? We've poisoned his gift. And then I think implicitly a little bit, not everyone's saying this, but implicitly we're blaming him for not being there to maintain this stuff for free forever. But why are we demanding that Lasse do anything when he's not being paid for this stuff? And that's, in my opinion, quite unfair. On this Saturday evening, we were working together on a workaround for this bug in Rel 9 that he's added to XZ, and he absolutely could have told us to get lost and didn't. What a brilliant guy.
The battle begins. Your middle tower is under attack.
Top is missing. Mission top.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
My reach is long.
top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
As ever. More souls for me.
Your top tower is under attack.
In my collection. Regeneration.
Your shrine has fought into the battle.
Never fear.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
into the fray. Your mind, heart, and soul. Souls beckon. As ever.
Radiant structures are fortified. The enemy's top tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. enemy's bottom tower has fallen. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. We now have mega. Dire victory.
I know this is a survival video, but I have a very important rule I live by. I don't mind being cold, I don't mind sleeping on the ground, and I don't mind being hungry. But I only do one of those things at a time. So tonight, I'm eating like a king. Add a little pepper, add a little salt, add some ground mustard, some brown sugar, and tomato paste. Beans are almost done, so I'm gonna go ahead and make some bread. I have this dough I made up last night. Take and wrap this bit of cheese, a little bit of bread dough with that Gouda inside. Cooking bread on the coals is really easy. Either you make a disc and you lay it straight on the coals and flip it, or you make a ball and you bury it in the coals. A little bit of campfire ash that gets stuck to the bread tastes just like flour. All right, we're gonna put that right on the coals. Just like the bread, the coals are gonna stick to it while it's rare, and once it's cooked, the coals will fall off.
Is under attack.
A little cheese-filled biscuit cooked in the ash right there. Oh, check out the melted Gouda in there. That is so good. Oh, these are good beans. It's got so much pork jowls in there and the brown sugar. These are good beans. Oh, that is delicious steak. This bread dough is so easy to bring on winter campouts. You just tear off a piece and bake yourself some fresh bread whenever you're feeling like it. If you refrigerate it, it'll last 3-4 days without any problems. It just slowly becomes sourdough if you let it sit for too long. Oh, that bread was good. I'm gonna make some more of that. That is good prime rib. That is good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. I know this is a survival video, but I have a very important rule I live by.
Watch the WWE, you've seen his name, or maybe you've seen him get hit with a bedpan by Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was in a hospital bed, or maybe you've watched him blow out both.
Mura. I would say A tier.
Huracan.
I love a Huracan. I'm gonna say, because it's one of the freaking best. Are there other iterations?
We're just having Huracan.
Just Huracan S tier. Best car. One of the best cars.
Urus.
A, B, C, D. D?
Centenario.
C.
Gallardo.
Helped Lambo through a lot of financial difficulty, so for that you should get an A, right?
Murcielago.
A. I'm just a fan. Like this is gonna be bad.
Diablo.
We'll go B. We'll
Countach.
get some hate for that. Countach. We'll go A.
Aventador.
And there's other iterations of an Aventador.
There's one more.
There's one more. I'm gonna put my chips on whatever that one is. I'll say the actual just base Aventador is not the best to drive, so I'll say C tier.
Diane.
Sion. That's why you just buy a Ferrari, people. We will say C. It's got to be below an Aventador. D.
Revuelto.
B tier.
Reventon.
That car was really cool. We will do A tier. That was a really cool car.
350 GT.
The OG. It's got to be S tier, right? Wouldn't have the brand without that.
Asenza.
SCV12. Awesome car. Have not driven one. Have not seen one in person, but it looks sick. I will say B tier because it's track only.
Temerario.
Have not driven. I have to go over there. We'll say B tier. I don't know anything yet.
Aventador SVJ.
Knew it. Put all my chips there. I will do. What about the other one? C. Right. So let's do S tier. It's just a baller car.
Veneno.
The Veneno is the car that got me into cars. That and the LaFerrari. So that's S, because that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Veneno. There
Good.
we are. All right. No Fs, no anything.
No Fs, that's good.
I'm easy. I'm too easy.
Mura.
You missed a big one. Bill Gates admitted to the affairs. Wait, what? Bill Gates admits? So Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has admitted that he had 2 affairs with Russian women, only 2, while married to his ex-wife, has now issued a groveling apology. Gates told staffers at his foundation on Tuesday that he flew on a private plane with the disgraced financier and spent time with him in the US and abroad, but doesn't participate in any crime. I did nothing illicit. I saw nothing illicit, Gates said at the town hall meeting. To be clear, I never spent any time with the victims, the women around him. He met Epstein in 2011, which was after the financier's Florida conviction for procuring a child for definitely not a guy I'd want to be friends with after that. I did have affairs. Okay, this is it. I did have affairs with one Russian bridge player and with one Russian nuclear physicist who I met through business activities. Epstein previously threatened Gates over the affair.
To add insult to the injury, you then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD. Your request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda and the description of your penis.
This is the chick they did it with and was previously reported by the outlet. So if he admits that he had an affair with 2 Russian women, how many Russian women did he really have an affair with? Because, like, if at first he said he didn't know the guy at all, and then it turns out that they were friends, 3 weeks ago he denied everything.
I went to the island, I never met any women, and so, you know, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior. Might as well.
Bill Gates admits he had 2 affairs with Russian women.
It had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
That's crazy. What do you think the odds of that are?
Apparently, Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email was...
Oh, he was writing emails to himself. Listen, he was never... I don't even... Wait, Jeffrey who?
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing.
You know, I've left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. So whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Is it Jerry?
You know, faults. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, you know, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, you know, apologize that I did that.
Yeah, I sure think so. And Jeffree Star, I guess it must be, it's a different Jeffrey. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage empowers me.
Your shaman has fallen to the radiant. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire are scanning.
Never refuse good given.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire.
It's shades of his McLaren.
It is time. It is the day. We are playing.
It's shades of his McLaren, honestly. You...
It is time. It is the day. We are playing 7 versus 1 against Hera today in Age of Empires 2. The update Hera has against the number, and my team forms. It is a best of 3 max. That's it. No bonus income, no faster training, no handicap. If we win the first game, he will adopt a handicap for himself that he deems fair. I think that's a great moment for all of you to that he deems fair. I think that's a
and that you want to give us some requests of what we are and are not allowed to do in this match.
You talking to me, Day 9?
Maybe.
Are you
I don't
Hera?
know. I just like saying stuff. Yeah.
No, I joined late, so I missed the first part of that, so I'm not sure if it's
Yeah,
me.
he's talking to
Guys,
me.
what up?
Yeah. Can you? He said grubby. No.
I jump in, everything's about me. Grubby, listen, I'm the main character. I jump in, everything's about me. I'm the 1v7 right now.
There we go.
But guys, I have to be real. I thought you guys were ass. Everyone said they were bad. Look at these ratings. Everyone's like 1,200, 1,300. I'm gonna get destroyed.
It's 1,200.
Bro, but half of you guys 1,200. What are you talking about? Half of you guys 1,200. Who's talking first of all?
Years ago.
Is that the team's decision?
Yeah.
It is now. Okay, Golden Pit. All right. And once you lock
moment to buy
people, I think I'd be that £5
You know, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of it.
for game 1.
Invite man.
He'll get like resource gathering bonus and building time bonus and so on. By the way, Waga, you are going Japanese. You're giving us a doc bonus. The team bonus is doc. Do you play something else or not?
No.
Okay.
No, you
cool.
get a doc bonus.
Okay, we are. So, okay, to Ernest. Sean is going to make good use of that. Sean is
early.
Sean is Frank's. We have bonus line of sight on our knights. Okay.
That's pretty good. But we have 2 of them. Do we see extra 4?
We can just see the map placed on.
We will have Imperial Skirmishers upgrade in Imperial Age. My suggestion is let's not try to go to Imperial, so that's another non-bonus.
The game will go to imp, I'm sure.
Okay.
One way or the
Celts.
other.
Celts siege workshops work faster. From Cake. I'm Mapuche, which means we will have.
Okay.
We're playing build game. Wait, what's our build? Game 1?
I'm gonna go to Castle Age and I'm gonna make 5 town centers.
Are we doing the
It's gonna
men
be
at arms this game, or are we just Sing Tower Rush and?
No, everyone do what they want. Yeah, freedom. Wait, what?
I tried to annoy him.
I was removed from the lobby.
I was
Yeah, same.
after sling the whole.
Give
me the. Oh, my.
Santa Claus baton.
On you ready?
Yeah. Another slings. First time.
Oh my god.
No, I got like cheaper
Why is this
villagers.
Error?
I
got an error again?
I
I got
now
an
give
error
you
as well, but-
I give you scout damage on buildings.
Okay, it's probably fine.
I've never been this
Oh,
close.
okay, I know where he is, guys. He's close. He's between you and me, Sing. It's perfect.
Good, I'm not on the edge.
So perfect.
It's perfect.
Wait, who's on the edge? Who's orange?
Ram
Sing
it,
Sing. Sing, you're in the perfect position.
I know. I'm gonna do it.
Fuck him up.
I will
gonna
attack
do it.
him.
I help you too. I want to annoy him as much as I can.
Can you actually voice line spam him? You shouldn't have invited Dota players if you didn't want voice line spam.
That's true. I'd be like OG in here. We're like the best at this.
So can we came with scouts and just watch, not attack?
I don't know. Just do it. Ask for forgiveness later.
Okay. I'll go watch.
Yeah, I think that's a good strat. It's okay. Grubby's lawyers will cover you.
1, 2, C.
I'm immediately feeling like maybe I should have like opened the game up and remembered what the basic Dark Age build is.
No.
I'm feeling that would have been like beneficial.
And any hotkey remembrances is not required at all. Trust me.
No.
Let's click.
Sing, you've higher score than Hera. You're great.
The game is free, my man. Let's fuck his asshole.
You're fucking him.
Yeah, he's already losing.
Or win.
Excuse me.
Right. I'm vaguely remembering how this game was, man. This game was sick.
I'm already pushing deer. Don't worry. Been sandbagging enough.
Det är Rico. Salve.
Nangpo.
You know, people talk about StarCraft voice lines, but like Age of Empires voice lines are sick, man.
Yeah, they're sick.
McGibson son.
No, Gibson said it.
That's what they say. Guys, a little bit more try-hard atmosphere, please. Like, can you focus?
Clear comms, clear comms.
Shit, I have a rhino. I should Your probably score eat is still him. fucking good, man. You're actually cooking.
I mean, would you just scout?
Matter.
Just scout.
Just. Ah.
Yeah, scouting gives a lot of score, I think, so it's kind of like big score almost.
I'm top score. That's the only thing I'm gonna have to take care of today. The score.
Oops, I forgot about
I'm going
this.
fast castle.
Same. See, now we don't have to build markets. It was something about the whole.
Settings, yes.
Yeah.
I fucked up
He's
my
got
build
a-
order somehow.
He's got a mining camp already? We'll hit it.
It's gold, brass sticking.
I goofed a little bit, I think.
Oh, good. It's 7v1, don't worry.
Exactly.
Remember, kind of 6v1. I'm gonna do my best out here, but I don't know.
Dude, as long as you're reading tooltips and having a good time, that's all we need.
Yeah, we can also pause. Wait,
Come on, guys!
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you
Okay.
paused. No, you paused.
I may not have found my second rhino, but it's fine. We're all eating berries over here.
Okay, ready?
What the fuck, it's censored?
Oh, dude, no, I typed.
You're right.
Dude, the funniest thing
Oh,
was
it's
I
Euro.
said,
Wait, does he see
I
this?
said we were.
Oh, we're not typing to Hera. Oh,
You have to press it all chat.
You're pausing to dunk on Jaren, man. Fuck.
He's just blaming me in team chat.
Hey guys, before we go out there on that field, I want to let you know that Jaren is the problem. All right, let's win this, guys.
That's extra personal somehow, only offending you without the joke of saying it to Hera.
Yeah. All right, unpause, Grubby. Let's do this.
It's also kind of ironic that I didn't know how to talk to old chat while pretending to be superior.
Holy shit, that's so funny, dude. All right, whatever. Yeah, go there. I don't care.
Oh, that was great.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, I found the rhino. I'm gonna eat him.
But he knows about my man at Arnold Rush.
He knows?
He knows.
Yeah, let's
You built. Oh my god.
How's he fuel already?
Go Archer.
Let's get safe bonus, maybe. Not sure.
No, no.
Oh no.
In
So
2
we're doing
minutes.
Yeah, guys, when you fuel, send your scouts over and fuck them up. We have 7 scouts.
I'm already.
I'm
He's-
on him.
He's over here. His Eagle Warrior's over here.
Go
How do you
together, go
minimap ping?
Alt F.
4.
Oh, I trapped him.
I'm killing his Eagle. Keep
kill
him busy.
Archer.
He doesn't notice.
Well, I'm
I
coming.
kill Archer, guys. World champion, right?
Well, I'm coming.
His Eagle
Fuck him
died.
up, fuck him up.
I killed one. I got a village. I got another one.
Yeah, I'm fucking village too.
Fuck, why do people need houses?
Fuck, we lost 2. That was not good for us.
Why indeed? I did damage. My job is done.
Yeah, great job, good job.
What the fuck, you as archers?
His archers are extra fast.
Thanks for telling us. Good info. Good call.
Okay.
I'm just, we're Dota players.
Okay.
Roshan and 5.
Very good. Can we smoke?
He's falling off. I'm casting his wall up here, killing him with.
Yeah, it's already going up.
Nice.
I'm casting too.
Monkeys, there's another age you can go into after the first one.
I'm aware. I'm working it out. Don't you worry.
Dude, you
Guys,
sound
I'm
like...
here to inform you. I have killed one villager. We're ahead.
All right, good stuff.
I killed 3.
Absolutely owned.
Maybe
One
Tower
and oh.
Rush them. Maybe Tower Rush.
Tower rush?
We are leading.
Yeah, I built the tower.
Oh,
No,
nice.
his team scores
Okay,
higher
he
than
has
ours.
like 19 fucking archers though, so I hope you guys have something for this.
Yeah, I'm making anti-archer unit soon. Very soon. Give me like 10 minutes.
He's coming now, dudes!
Where's he going?
He's coming to fuck me. He's coming to fuck me. His archer's coming.
Just hide.
Hold him off,
Just hide.
hold him off.
He can't do anything. He can't legally detain you.
Brother, my villagers, they're the best in the world. We will build towers. Yo, he's coming.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
actually
build-
coming to
build
fuck me right now.
towers.
Just saying.
Just
He's
make a
legit
wall.
coming to fuck me right now.
Make a wall. Guys, attack him.
I'm attacking him.
Hey, who's red? Waga, get in there. Look, your guys can attack village, no? Do you have arsenal?
No, it's blocked. There's,
Okay.
there's a tree, guys.
Ah,
There's a tree.
okay, never mind. Sorry.
Listen, you think I'm noob? There's a tree.
He knows I'm the strongest player. That's why he attacked me first.
Guys, he's shitting his pants. We got almost 3 Castle Age players. It's all good.
Oh my god, he's walling off his villager.
There we go. Soon we have the Castle Age
tower.
attackers. I'm in, boys. I'm in.
He's losing his archers.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to just take credit for this win. Like, I did a great job going castle. This is awesome. This feels so good. You know, like, while you were talking and microing, be like, I got one. I actually selected every single one of my workers and just sent them somewhere. And I was just like, oh, fuck, I look really bad right now. That is incredibly embarrassing. Wow.
The worst part about this for me is that you're doing what you said you would, and I'm accidentally doing what you said you would. Which is nothing until now.
That's what we call being an influencer.
Fair.
Fight under tower. It helps a bit.
How's it looking like for you, Waga?
I mean, he's got a lot of archers somehow.
He really does.
What?
You should have communicated this, bro.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm used to single player games.
Help Grubby, guys. This is actually
What
so
are my
important.
villagers doing?
Guys, you have to help Grubby. He's... Oh, no.
Guys, come on. Okay, I'll leave. Just attack his base at the same time. I'll leave for a bit. Hey, your towers, can you kill these archers? Come on.
I'm coming with my skirms.
Can I repair your thing? Yeah, I can.
I can delete wall if you need.
Maybe just sell the castle, build a new one?
No, I got
I
this.
should have done the same, actually.
Just kill.
I can also drop a castle. Do we have any military, yes?
Repair my tower if you can.
He's still killing my villagers! Come on! This is also...
I'm shooting him! I'm shooting all I can!
Technically, this is my fault too. I should have brought more villagers.
See, there is one player between me and Hera, and I just need that player to die slowly. And then I think I can get to do what I want to do.
Why do you need him to die at all? What the hell?
I do not want to die.
I want them to
doesn't
not
want you to
die, but the
suffer.
only
He
thing
wants
that I
you to die
need them to
slowly,
do is
see?
to die slowly,
He
if you
wants
know
you
what I
to
mean.
suffer.
What the fuck? What did I do?
Grab your crew
We are your friends.
and race to the cinema.
Time is running out. Drop.
How much? If you're not going to protect my castle, I have to cancel it and build it somewhere else.
Nobby, I could come over and build a second castle to protect your castle if
yes.
he doesn't see it.
Yes.
I
Build
see
it
what
somewhere
you're doing,
smarter.
Marky.
Mine
It's
was a bit
great.
too
It's
aggressive.
great.
Yeah.
Stab
I'm
them.
walking over, guys. I want to drop a castle.
doing
Can you
my-
get my way?
Okay, tell me when he's
Yeah.
distracted.
Waga, I'll come over to your side. I'm gonna drop the castle down here below his lumber, okay?
Yeah, you do you.
You do you.
Oh, that's your castle there? What the fuck?
I like how we're so on the same page.
I should probably get some upgrades. My skirms do literally 0 damage.
Okay, my villas are here.
Those units, dude. Those units are invincible.
Okay, I got a castle.
You got it up. Nice. He's
Yeah,
fucked, guys. He's fucked.
He fucking dodges every
he's
shot.
fucked.
dude.
Guys, he's actually fucked. No cap. No way he comes back from this.
He's still feudal age, guys.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Is he? Oh yeah.
How is he winning so easily? My fucking skirms losing to archers feels bad.
Okay, I'm trying to build a second castle over here on this lumber. Maybe I can go deeper, actually. I can attack his TC, I think.
I'm just playing Civilization over here. Like, I've not seen an enemy. This is awesome. Playing with no opponent is the shit. Let me tell you, I strongly recommend it.
I'm just saying, if I was next to Hera, I would be dead right now. Without a doubt.
Alright, drop a castle.
Can someone send some resources?
What's his unit I need to do?
Actually, what you need? I got something. What do you need?
Oh, I can do that.
Wood?
I can
I
definitely
need
do
everything.
that.
Food, gold, everything.
Is arch armor the same?
Thank you.
Oh fuck, it's not.
I helped.
What the hell is a Gulam anyway?
Gulam is a splash damage, and he has anti-pierce armor. I have 4 pierce armor.
Oh.
Soon 5.
Can't you just destroy his archers?
Yeah, I can. I'm just saving up enough.
Isn't he so fucked? Like, there's no way.
No way.
Paul Mango is way ahead of him in score. I see it.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Let's go!
There we go.
This is a score-based game. What? I won! I did it for all of you! Yeah, all right! Woo! Oh, man. As the dust settled,
He didn't lose anything.
Woohoo! The highest score. It was your pal Paul Mango.
Yo, keep it
0 kill.
0
Wait,
there.
0 units lost. 0 kill.
He didn't lose anything.
Woohoo!
Jesus.
All right.
Way too proud beating 7 versus 1.
Wow, all of
you
your
carried
streams
this.
were way more interesting than mine. Let me tell you that much. Wow.
Dude,
And you
Varga
don't.
literally changed our life.
There we go. Yeah, that's what the training camp is for.
In a week.
I'm glad you're so on top of your memes, man.
Nice castle. I love how like Roy dropped the
dude,
castle
nice.
and like
Oh yeah.
My
Thing
spot
didn't
was
even
so good.
Yeah, it was perfect for what you intended.
It was perfect.
Good job, man.
Yeah,
Good
we got
job,
lucky.
guys. But only one problem. You all did too well.